Greetings and welcome to ValueU. I'm Zalatrith and I'll be your instructor for today. Today's class is Macro 352, Shot Calling. An example of a concise pre-round plan is 4 allowed A and B. Take a moment and think about how this round might play out by pausing now. Okay, so breaking down the terms, 4 allowed A describes where the strong side group of players should start out, and how much noise and util they're allowed to use as they take space. And B implies that the goal is just to bait out util at A to pull rotations, then rotate and hit B site. During this, the team's lurker might be silently playing some kind of advantageous angle outside B to punish any enemies trying to take space. The team will eventually rotate through spawn until they get close to B, where the IGL will then make the call on how to hit the site. This concise format of calling gives the locations and sub-goals of the round while letting individual players, especially weak side players, have freedom in how to achieve those goals. For instance, 4 quiet B contact rush might result in some decoy util happening elsewhere on the map, and the lurker late flanking through mid depending on their read on enemy conditioning and how successful the rush is. The most important thing is to call out the goals, how many people should be working on each goal, and how fast or quiet the team should be. This goal-oriented shot calling extends beyond the site's plan for the round into setting other targets for sub-goals too, like fighting over map control or baiting and clearing enemy util. For instance, fighting Fractured Dish just to try and take a gun on a save round, or baiting out and breaking Sage Wall on split mid. A lot of these sub-goals will be called on the fly, since there's no need to memorize every step of the round's plan, when, of course, not everything will go as planned. When something goes wrong, or even when something goes too right, it's the IGL's job to call the mid-round adjustment and adaptation. For instance, on our 4 quiet B contact rush, maybe the defenders recon dart and start Odin spamming the wall, breaking up the attack as players are forced to make noise to avoid the gunfire. Cancel, smoke arch, let's cat to A. It's extremely important that everyone knows as soon as possible that the original plan is in shambles, so the team needs a new sub-goal, in this case routing cat to A. Note that smoke arch is not part of the macro shot call, it's just a request for util to help enable a specific play, which anyone can call for. As the team loudly stomps across the grass, the IGL calls, "Quiet on cat, don't enter tree yet, flash me in." The team stomps grass but shift walks the metal floor. And then the lurker calls, "Wait, one wine, can you stun it?" Yeah, stunning in 3, 2, 1. KJ tosses a molly and sprays the stunned Reyna as they try to flee. Okay, now I'm flashing tree in 3, 2, but smokes come down, both A main and on cat, and the tree entrance gets mollied. Wait, never mind, let's work mid to B, the IGL calls, and updrafts onto double box. In response, KJ starts pushing A main, tapping orb and pre-firing some angles through smoke to pretend that it's a split A. At least 2 here, I think, she calls. Okay, we'll flash arch when the smoke drops. Alright, flashing in 2, 1. The smoke comes in spawn, flash goes out, Jett jumps onto the arch wall, and picks a Raze hiding behind the arch. Go, 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 the IGL calls, and the team rushes through market to B. No more smokes, flashing spawn omen calls, and the team floods out onto site, relying on buddying up and training each other to take the site and calling out their util. Alright, clear, Jett calls. Chill, KJ calls, and she gets a pick on the Cypher in spawn. Last market omen calls, swing off me. Everyone stops speaking and gets ready to swing off contact. In this example, from the initial pre-round call, numerous mid-round adjustments can happen in response to new info. Alright, so now let's rewind and pretend that we actually did try that quiet contact rush B main. After scaling up main, the IGL would normally be the one giving the countdown. Alright, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! However, note that utility takes time to prep and travel, so as omen, perhaps the spawn smoke is cast at 5, the market smoke at 3, and the paranoia at 1. Every team will have different tempo that they're used to, so it's important to be clear exactly what is happening at 0, whether it means actually entering the site, like in this example, just peeking the site, or even when people are allowed to make any indication of presence at all. It's also important to have a slow count if people need to toss in their util in advance to make sure everyone is ready to run in with their guns when the time comes. In summary, shot calling includes specifying the pre-round plan, giving a rough outline of how they envision the round playing out, setting sub-goals throughout the round to give the team smaller, specific objectives to coordinate around, while specifying location, number of players, and how fast or quiet the team should be, taking charge of mid-round adjustments to those goals, and, when possible, counting off the team's executes. That's all for today's lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the lecturer or the TAs in the comments below. Thanks for attending, and we hope you enjoy your stay here at ValueU.